Yes, my hands are massive. Probably looks more like a 70-200. Yes, this is maybe a bigger lens, but it's really quite special, and there have been 200 f2s made before, but of this size, this weight and this caliber, I think you'd be hard pressed to find something that just performs like this. The 200mm f2 from Sigma, and I'm shooting it on an A1. This is kind of to begin the video. We're going to be testing out kind of the sharpness in this particular situation. But for the rest of this video, you're going to see some really awesome stuff. I plan to shoot a wrestling match, as well as a few other bits and pieces, to really put the lens through its paces, and I just got really excited essentially because look at it. And what a beautiful lens it is. The filter size of it is of course 105mm. It is f2. You've got two optical stabilisation modes there, and then, you know, completely off. One is for moving shots and then the other one is for static shots. It's actually very good for video, as you've seen from the beginning. Next thing to talk about here is that it has 19 elements and 14 groups, making it super sharp and just an all-round powerhouse for portrait photography, and in some cases I think even events as well. As with most sports lenses, you've actually got an Arca Swiss collar here as well. It surprisingly doesn't balance when the camera is on, but when it is off it does, which, you know, is however you feel about it. The other thing here, it does actually have 90-degree lock points on that tripod collar, and it just allows you to change quickly in between portrait, landscape, when you're shooting on a tripod, monopod, or anything else in between. Amazing. And this is Ridley, inspired by, of course, Alien. She's got some awesome Alien tattoos there as well. Should be a really cool shoot. So, well, let's begin and see what we can get.
Let's go.
You on telly?
Yeah, you're on telly. Do you want a photo? Okay, so what I want you to do is face off that way, 45 degrees.
That way?
Yeah, pull a pose for me.
Do you want me to lean up against you?
Yeah, like, can I go? In the pocket, she knows what she's doing.
Sounds like it. Cool.
Alright, so we're going to go a little bit further down because, of course, this is 200mm. So to get a full body shot, it's going to be a bit further away. Here's around about this kind of distance. Sorry for that, about a little bit of an angle. Kind of my more BTS camera this day today. Well,
Oh, nice.
then got some good kind of like longer shots there.
That's so sick.
So, as someone that's not a model, what do you think are the most important things for when you know somebody's trying to pose, you take a photograph? What do you think is important?
I think it is the direction and like having someone let you feel like you're sort of loosened up and ready to like be in front of a camera, because it can be a daunting thing, but Phoebe obviously is very good at doing that, so that's always fun.
Amazing. So what we're doing right now is we've got Ridley up here, and what I want to do, because you've got like a alternative vibe, I want to see if I can get some of the building in the background there and hopefully get a really good shot. I think one of the most unique factors about this lens is really the background compression. It just brings everything so much closer together, and of course the bokeh mixes in and it's just stunning. We're going to go for a little bit of a closer portrait, again with the 70-200 f2.2, and we're just going to let Ridley do her thing and see if we can get some good shots. So improvise here, keep changing poses, just enjoy it, okay? Ready, 3, 2... Of course, with it being a prime, you are constricted in terms of how close you can actually really be to someone. It does look great at a distance and great up close, but you're going to have to do a lot of running about. That's why a 70-200, which I'll show you a comparison later on because I actually used it at the wrestling, might be a better choice for you. But this just has a completely different look, in my own opinion.
Yeah.
Go into the first pose, the hands.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. Even to everything like the bokeh on this lens is just exquisite. It's nice and circular, and it just has a real nice depth to it. Okay, so we're down with Ridley on the second floor of Morgan Arcade. So Ridley, what I want you to do is look like a boss ass bitch. So make it look like you're owning the world, like you're a mafia leader in the center there. So arms spread wide. And then the light is coming from up here. So if you can look off to your left and look up, perfect. Hey Renee.
Yeah.
Amazing. So what are you doing over there?
Being a boss ass bitch.
Being a boss ass bitch.
Yes.
Cool. It's actually just cool. Oh, I decided to take it here for the pro wrestling match the other night, and it was a hell of a lot of fun. Of course, wrestling being quite big in sort of like the outlying communities in Cardiff. And it's a sports lens, so it would be great at sports. However, it was a very cramped environment, and finding the right photos for me at the right time isn't necessarily perfect, which is why I also did a portrait shoot, which you would have seen from the footage in the intro. But what I would say, this thing, it doesn't disappoint. It's sharp beyond comparison. The optical stabilisation built into the lens performs absolutely perfectly, and especially for a third-party lens, because usually when it comes to third-party lenses, and Sony and other brands in particular, they try and limit the capability of it. But here it actually performs really well, and for the most part the performance I was very impressed with. It was grabbing the focus that I really needed to, including autofocus. What I would say is the AF performance out of this lens is pretty much, it's pretty much perfect. I can't really say I was absolutely disappointed with it. It's super fast, not necessarily akin to the 50 to 150 f2 from Sony. Now, what I would say is because you've got the f2 aperture on here, what you do get is beautiful bokeh, super low depth of field, which is what you're looking at for this kind of lens. So for portrait photography, I feel like it actually comes out king in that retrospect. When it comes to sports photography, it depends on really what kind of sports that you're really taking this to. It pretty much suits the sort of like running kind of bikes, things that are coming at you at a distance really well, but not necessarily what I took it to, which was wrestling, because everything was a little bit more compact. I didn't necessarily have as much room to move around. I did feel like with the 70 to 200, because I had that 70 end, I could get just a little bit more. But the photos that I did get with this were absolutely fantastic. Having that f2 helped me in that low light situation, because the lighting situation inside of the wrestling arena was not necessarily fantastic. So in many perspectives, and there's a few bits here which I feel like this really does supersede all else, and a few bits where it doesn't, but it's a super fast prime at f2 for around £3,000. It's available at L mount, E mount, and we'll hopefully see it in RF and Z mount in the future. But it's powerful, and that's the thing I would say about Sigma lenses of recent, is they just keep performing and keep producing these focal lengths which may be outliers, may not necessarily be the most popular, but the lenses themselves are actually exquisite. They produce images like pretty much no other in the market, including own brand lenses there as well, and that's why they remain one of my favourite brands on the market for lenses at the moment, is because they just produce beautiful images. And what I'm going to do is, as I come back down here today, I'm going to head off to Rofe Park and even do a little bit of nature photography, which will of course be put into the video as well. So that's the video all in all, and I hope you enjoyed it. We're trying to do some more things and outreach to a lot of the communities in and around Cardiff to produce more photo opportunities. So if you've got a project on, then please let us know, and it will be really cool to actually document it and start open discussions. It's really about the community when it comes to doing what we are trying to do here at Camera Centre UK, and also just in general. So please put in a comment down below. I'll try and get back to you as fast as possible. And well, I'll hopefully see you next time. At Camera Centre UK, we do everything new, used, and anything else in between. So if you're looking to purchase your next bit of gear to hopefully satiate your gear acquisition syndrome, then make sure you go to Camera Centre UK. The boys there and The guys at the shop are always super helpful for any kind of thing that you need to talk to. I am of course there as well, so if you ever need to talk about video gear or any kind of advice, then I'd be happy to give it. Well, I'll hopefully see you there or hear from you down below. And well, let's get on with the video, shall we?